Let us talk about some of the most popular Git commands with examples in this episode. We are going to use the demo project created in the last two videos to demonstrate those commands on our command line terminals. I will be using Git Bash, but feel free to use anyone you are comfortable with. I assume you have done the Git global setup. If not, run these commands before moving on. I am going to use the option of creating a new repository to clone this repository to my local development machine. So I will open my Git Bash terminal. I will create a folder and name it git-demo. So all of my Git demo project will be stored in this folder. This is just to be organized a little bit. mkdir git-demo, and I will cd into it. I will run this command to clone the project onto the Git demo folder. Git clone, then the URL of our remote code repository.
Type yes and press enter.
I have just run my first Git command, git clone, apart from the Git global setup commands. If you ls, you will see the repository folder. This folder is an exact copy of Demo1 project on my GitLab account. I will cd into the repository. The next thing I want to do is to add a file to this folder, and I will do that using my VS Code. So I will open up my VS Code. Feel free to use any code editor. I will open the repository folder. To create a new file, I will right-click on the left panel, click New File. I will name the file readme.md. Inside the new file, I will type "This is a readme file" and in an h1 tag. I will save the file, go back to Git Bash and list the content of the local repository. And here is the new file, readme.md. The next Git command I want to run is git status. Its job is what it sounds, checking the status of Git repository. The command came with a message telling us that we have an untracked file, readme.md, the new file that we just created. It is generous enough to offer us the next command, git add to track. I can do git add period to add all untracked files, or git add followed by the files that I want to add. Let's run the git status command again. This time the status is different. The readme file is now in green color, indicating that the file is added to the staging area. So it's no more untracked and is ready to be committed. Here you can see another suggestion to unstage the file, and that is if I change my mind. But since I'm not changing my mind, I will take the next action forward. I will commit the file with this command, git commit -m, and in double quotation marks I will type the message for the commit
and press enter to run.
I will run git status again. We have a clean working tree and nothing to commit. The next step is to push the new committed file to the remote repository, and that we will do by running this command, git push-u origin master. And the new committed file has successfully been pushed to the remote repository. I will go back to GitLab and reload the projects page. Here we have the new file live on the remote repository. Here is the commit information, the message, the author, and the time it was made. And that is it for this episode. Let's continue with Git in the next episode.